not okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
It was
Damn
on the
it!
Bears Mega Death Sauce with Hey, what's going on, everybody? For First We Feast, I'm Sean Evans, and you're watching Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. And today I'm joined by Dax Shepard. You know him from his TV shows, you know him from his movies. And speaking of, he writes, stars, and directs in the new film Chips, which is set to release on March 23rd. Dax, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I've been looking forward to this.
Really?
Yes.
How are you with hot food?
I think I'm good, but I bet that's the kind of person that really goes down hard.
Well, you know what? We'll find out how
We're
you
gonna,
are with
yeah,
hot
it will
food
be
today.
revealed.
You ready to get it going?
I am. I think more of the challenge will be to get through how old and cold these are than this rice.
That is the classic red carpet Hot Ones experience.
Yeah, we're filming on Saturday, make them on Thursday, and let's see what happens.
So I want to start by talking about Chips because your gearhead side really shines through, whether it's the patrol bike or whether it's these crazy car scenes. I know that you're no stranger to being behind the wheel, but I have to guess that there was a maneuver or a stunt of some kind that kind of freaked you out a little bit.
Yeah, I had to do a front endo on a motorcycle, right? That's where you come in, you hit the front brake, and then you kind of do a reverse wheelie. And I had done that on a 400-pound motorcycle, but those police bikes weigh like 850. So I crashed many times in front of the crew before I got it right, which was a real esteem builder for me. Can I belch real quick?
Go for it.
All right. What I did in preparation for this is I drank about 70 ounces of green tea.
Okay.
I don't know if that's going to be Achilles for me or help.
Well, everybody has their own strategies going in, so you'll have to let me know afterwards because we've had a lot of people try different things and
What has worked so far?
it seems like nothing.
Okay, great. I'm sure I'll fall into that category myself.
Well, I can't have you on here without talking about punked because we've had several guests, most notably DJ Khaled, actually think that they were getting punked while this show was happening.
I have a DJ Khaled, if I'm saying that correctly, story.
Give it to me, I need those. Those are my favorite
I was driving down Santa Monica Boulevard, entering Beverly Hills, and I was behind this super interesting blue Bentley, or Rolls Royce. It might have been a two-door Phantom.
Yeah,
and
he has
this
the Phantom.
human being was driving 8 miles an hour at best. People are flying by, and in my head, because it's Beverly Hills, there's a lot of old rich people. I'm like, when I get past this car, there's going to be someone with an oxygen mask on their face. Get up next to him. It's DJ, pounding away, boom, 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 boom. God knows, posting what he was doing, but he was very deep into this, and he was going about 8 miles an hour. Is that consistent with who he is?
Yes, in all of my experiences, that definitely fits the profile.
Okay, great. I'm glad he lived up to the legend.
Another roadblock. We will overcome it, though.
I've heard you wax poetic many times about your love for Costco. Do you ever go to the food court? Do you ever
Absolutely. I try to avoid that food court, but I have many times gotten the slice of pizza and the hot dog.
I was gonna ask about the hot dog because the hot dog gets a lot of play. Does the hot dog live up to the hype?
I'm a hot dog person. I'm from Detroit. You know, Philly's got the cheesesteak. Chicago's got the deep dish pizza. Detroit's thing is Coney dogs, right? So it's a natural casing hot dog with a beautiful chili sauce on it. And the bar is high.
Right.
The bar is high for me with a hot dog.
Was there one thing that you kind of get more than anything else?
Their artichoke dip is just off the charts. It's such a nice product. I can't speak high enough about the consistency and the flavor of their artichoke dip. It's beautiful. That's bland. I would say that's less hot than the previous two.
That's the thing about hot sauces. They can kind of all hit you kind of differently, you know, the peppers.
You're right, I'm
whatever.
getting cocky. This thing might bite me real bad.
That's sometimes they sleep a little bit.
This is a drowsier hot sauce out of that.
So despite living in a house full of women, you've made the decision to install a lazy boy and a urinal. If you were to do an episode of Cribs now as a married #dad beast, what would be some of the other points of interest?
I will say we have a 4-car garage that's completely dedicated to horsepower, so that might shock fans of Kristen Bell or Princess Anna.
If they only let you take 2 cars out of the garage to show off, which 2 would you pick?
I have a 1994 Buick Roadmaster estate wagon that's wood graned, but it also has a supercharged V8 in it. Then the second one would be my 1967 Lincoln Continental.
That's your go-to.
Yes, which also has a huge engine and huge brakes and all those things. And that car's been with me for 22 years, the whole ride really. And I named our daughter after. That would surprise people probably more than what's in the garage is that I got away with naming our kid after my car. I can't imagine that I look great eating a chicken wing. Because I just noticed while I was biting it that my lip had gone all the way over. It just couldn't be
It's a good technique, I think.
I like this one so much, I'm going more bites than necessary.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, shitballs.
All right, the next part of the show is a recurring segment called Explain That Gram, and what we do is we do a deep dive on our guest's Instagram. We pull interesting pictures that need more context.
Okay, great.
So I'll show you the picture, and then you just tell me the bigger story. Does that sound good?
I would love to do that.
All right, laptop, please.
People like milk, is that known to satiate the burn?
That's why it's out here.
It's supposed to neutralize a little bit?
Right, but
It doesn't work.
it's one of those things, it's like if you're already swimming, you're swimming, you know? This is a great one, and what I think stands out, and you put it in the caption, is the
lipper.
The lipper.
Yeah.
The lipper.
What I left out, because I love my wife, but now I feel, why not tell everyone? I wasn't the only one that dipped then. The lovely Kristen Bell also dipped then.
Whoa!
Yeah.
That is...
Sorry, Disney. You look at me and you're like, yeah, that guy chews tobacco and God knows what else. Her, you'd never see it coming.
Never in a million years. Does she have like an empty Gatorade bottle that she's like spitting in and stuff?
I can tell you probably the highlight, and I'm gonna out some other people too. We did this movie,
I love it.
When in Rome, that Josh Duhamel was in. Well, it turns out old Josh D dipped too, right? So the three of us on the movie dipped. Then we went to Italy to film, and we had not brought enough dip. So we ran out of dip and we were panicking. Well, Fergie was coming to visit Josh Duhamel, and we said, tell Fergie to bring a bunch of dip. So she brought a bunch of dip. Cut to, guess who else dipped? Back then, I can't speak for it now, but Fergie dipped.
Fergie's dipped.
So there was a moment where all four of us were standing on the side of the set with our spit cups, and I said, now this would be a good paparazzi photo. Oh, that's exciting. I love blueberry. They say it's got a lot of antioxidants and it's great for thinking.
So a lot of celebrities, you know, they rest and they relax in places like Turks and Caicos or the Hamptons or Palm Springs. But if I have you pegged, you wouldn't want to be anywhere but on the Michigan lakefront.
Oh, yeah.
Can you give me the perfect trip to Michigan? What's on the itinerary? What kind of boat do you need? What are the activities you have planned?
We had the perfect trip this year, was the perfect trip. We rented a house on a lake. So we had a kind of a smaller lake, which is nice because it's nice and calm. When you wake up in the morning, you have your coffee out there, and the lakes are so warm in Michigan. They get up to like 85 at the end of summer. So in the morning, there's always steam coming off. You drink your coffee, it's beautiful. Had a pontoon boat. Wouldn't have been my first pick, but that's what they were renting that time of year. And then just eat. I eat a ton while I'm there because there's all this junk food I still love from my childhood. Again, Coney dogs. I'll have a couple 100 Coney dogs in a week.
That's a great segue to the next question and the next wing. You ready to move on, Dax?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm feeling like we're just kissing, you know. I want to get to the heavy petting. I want to get to the heavy petting. I'm ready to get up that shirt of yours.
Well, this is at least second or third base coming up.
Okay.
Zombie apocalypse, we really crank it up a little bit.
Okay, here we go. I have a conundrum here.
Sure.
What's so great about your show is seeing people in utter pain and agony.
Yeah.
It's so wonderful.
Yeah.
And then yet, my male pride is like, I want to get through this without any pain. But that's not very fun, so it's kind of a catch-22. I want to deliver because I'm an entertainer.
But I would just say this, Dax, do you. You know what I mean?
You do
like,
you.
whatever it is, whatever you're feeling, you don't need to put on a front for the people. There's people that we've had, they can't even get past El Yucateco. There's guys
Those
that we've
people
had
are
that
terrible
they
people.
cruise right through it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So wherever you're feeling, wherever you fall,
Right.
you don't need to apologize for it. You
Yeah,
don't
I
need to
I do think this is gonna fuck me up though right here. Just looking at the way it's coagulated and stuff, and it looks like there's chicken lips and stuff in it. Yeah.
We'll definitely find out soon enough.
So food question.
Do you have an opinion on the American versus Lafayette chili dog situation?
First of all, I applaud you for even knowing that that
Hey.
is the civil war that exists in Detroit. But yes, we are a Lafayette family. And American, you know what? They're damn good. But I would never, ever walk into American instead of Lafayette. There's something about, American's a little too flashy. Zombie apocalypse, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
All natural zombie apocalypse sauce. And it's got some scary kind of, looks like, what's the holiday in Mexico? The Diaz, Day of the Dead.
Dia de los Muertos.
Beautiful. I could have never pronounced that. Okay, great. So this has got kind of an urban flair to it, a little hip hop vibe. Da Bomb. I'm getting the reference. Also has a cute little nuclear reactor symbol on it.
So right off the bat, you're feeling this one.
That one's getting there.
Good.
That one's getting there.
Good.
This one's more present.
One of my favorite things about you is that you're very forthcoming about the infatuation that you have with other celebrities, particularly in the category of the man crush.
Yeah.
So I want to bounce some high-profile Dax Shepard man crushes off you, and you
Yeah.
can kind of give me a State of the Union.
There's
Does
a
that
lot
sound
of them.
good?
You have a lot to pick from.
If anybody's
This one's getting there, by the way.
Yeah.
It's slower burn.
We'll get there. It'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll mess your day up. Don't
Okay.
worry. Jay-Z, you met him at the Met
Woo!
Gala, right? You tried to
Yeah.
kind of get into this circle and it didn't work out so well.
If I worship any person on the planet, it's Jay-Z. It so happened that Kristen and I got seated next to him at this big event. And I was prepared to recite every lyric he ever wrote. I would have done whatever it took. Kanye West was also at the table. Was not trying to impress Kanye West. I think he liked me. I think he would have wanted to hang out with me. Beyonce was feeling it. She kind of liked it. Jay-Z, nothing. I mean, I guarantee if he would have saw me 6 seconds later after the dinner ended and he looked at me, he wouldn't know he had dinner with me.
And then I know that you had a Burt Reynolds shrine. How was it working with him? Should the adage, never meet your man crush, be added?
Well, I've had the bad experience and I've had the good experience. He was definitely the best imaginable. My mouth's watering a little bit.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's the show.
It's
It's
irrigating.
stunning.
Yeah, here we go. It's nice. We did this movie without a paddle together. First day on set, he's in a scene where he gets shot. His character's gonna fly off a porch. They bring in a stunt double and he's like, oh, what's going on? Well, Mr. Reynolds, we have your double in there. I think he was 67 at the time. He goes, my double? He goes, well, yeah, you gotta fly off the porch and then land back there. And he goes, get my wetsuit. And I was like, what? And someone ran out with a wetsuit. He put a wetsuit on, then put on his normal wardrobe, and then he just jumped back like 6 feet at 67 years old and landed on his back, got up and he's like, you need another one? So this has got a lot of connotations. The other one was a bomb. This one is it's a high-powered handgun.
Yeah.
Yeah, long
Hot
shot.
sauces are very funny that way.
Yeah.
You know?
They're really trying to get the point across that you're gonna die. Really quick, before we bite into it, if you had to give a percentage increase in heat, what do you think we're gonna go up right now?
Truthfully, it all goes by the Scoville scale, but I would say this. These two are the toughest to handle, in my opinion.
Okay.
And I would say this, that you are, on average, you're crushing it right now.
Oh, wow.
People are going to be very impressed
Thank you.
with how well Dax Shepard handles
As long as I can
things.
keep the saliva in my mouth, I think people.
You're the proud owner of a prodigious schnoz, and I mean that
Yes.
as a compliment of the highest honor. In fact, you once said that you want your nose to be kind of celebrated the same way that Chuck Norris's beard was
Yeah.
celebrated. So I want to show you some of the most celebrated noses in popular culture, and I want you
Okay.
to tell me if they match up to yours, if they're better, if they're
Right.
worse, and then maybe if you can crown a champion. I'd appreciate that.
And
Does that
before
sound
we
good?
look at him, if I can just kind of walk the viewer through what's going on with my nose.
Yeah,
First
yeah,
and
talk it
foremost,
through.
you'll notice it's just big on its own, right? And then I also was in a fist fight where a gentleman was kind enough to break it, so it's really crooked too. I don't know if you noticed while we're sitting here, it goes this way.
But you need that kind of blueprint. That's what makes it so great. You need that character.
The
You need the
fingerprint,
stories.
if you will. Yeah, the character. Nose is running a little bit just to check in with my symptoms. But also my nostrils are, just to add to the bigness and the crookedness, my nostrils don't match. They're not homogeneous, they're heterogeneous. It's just the worst thing an actor can have. Let's see what we got.
Owen Wilson.
Well, he's the Bruce Lee of noses. I will say though that a DP I worked with who had worked with Owen told me, I said, hey, are you being careful about how you light this thing? Because it can be a real mess. He said, are you kidding? I just did a movie with Owen Wilson. It's like his face threw up on itself. And I said, wow, that's quite a description of a nose. But his is very sexy. I think he pulls his off really nicely. What about?
Alex Ovechkin. He's a hockey player. It's broken about 5 times.
He's a hockey player, but what I'll say about him is he still has sexy panther-like nostrils. So somehow his nostrils have stayed symmetrical. We keep those nostrils intact, you're gonna be okay. Mine are not intact. Okay.
This is a very famous nose, the Mona Lisa nose.
I love that nose. I think they call that like a Romanesque nose, don't they? I find that very attractive when women have that. In fact, I hate my nose, but then I see people with big crazy noses and I kind of love it on them.
Can you give me a king or a queen in this, and you can throw your own nose in there? Who's got the greatest nose?
I think Ernest Borgnine, for my money, it's like a 6 pounds of hamburger on his face or something. It's so incredible.
All right, Dax.
Blair's Megadeth. Tell me about Blair.
Blair is a guy from New Jersey.
It's a guy, of course.
Of course.
Should've known, Blair. Cindy, it's a dude from Minnesota.
It's tradition around here that we put a little extra dab on the last wing.
Absolutely.
You don't have to if you don't want to,
But I want to
Dax.
see, I want to make sure we do this. In fact, let me clear frame.
Yeah, sure.
I want to see what level you're putting on there.
Give a little.
Again, I can't emphasize enough how old these wings are. They're so old that I have, as a gag, had a bite out of dog biscuits that were about as moist.
Yeah.
A little dollop.
There you go.
Mine's
healthy,
a little bigger
That's
than
a healthy
yours.
dollop. It certainly is.
This is for Charlie Curtis. These could get so hot that you'd be eating the bones and not even notice. That's what I'm a little nervous about. I can't feel
Chipping a
anything in
tooth
my
or
mouth.
something,
You
yeah.
know? I just don't want to eat a whole bone. Do you?
I mean, whatever. If it goes there, it goes there.
Fuck it.
I mean,
Let's just
here's how it's-
compare the two.
Here's a side by side.
Okay, good.
Cheers,
Uno,
Dax.
dos, tres. When's this one hit you?
This one's kind
Creeper
of a creeper.
bud? Creeper bud?
This is a creeper for sure.
Okay.
How you feeling so far? Looking
So
pretty
good. So far, so good. I'm actually getting now a little concerned about my overall health. I think something might be broken in here.
Really? Like it's just not.
Why? Yeah. At a certain point, you gotta go, I have nerve damage or something.
But I'm impressed because that was a healthy Dax.
Bring out another wing. Do we have any backup wings?
Dom, do we have any backup wings? A
Here we
whole,
go.
yeah. Take your pick.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna pick a nice one. I do prefer the, what do we call these? This is
Those are the flats. You can
flats.
have
I
drums.
like flats
you can
way
have
more,
flats.
don't you?
This is a Hot Ones First, requesting a second wing. Going very.
I'm going into
Think on the
Steve-O.
dead sauce.
I'm gonna go into Steve-O territory.
And this
Guys,
is,
I'm only
this is
doing this so
voluntary.
you'll see chips March 24th, please. That's all I ask. I'm gonna permanently destroy my taste buds and scar my mouth. That's a lot, right? We agree.
That's
a lot.
significant. Wow.
It's nice.
Wow.
It's really nice.
Wow.
It's got a good taste. Okay.
In awe. In awe. Such a display of machismo.
prowess.
I cannot even, I
Prowess.
shouldn't even be in the room. I'm not,
I'm so
I don't
happy
have
that
enough hair in my chest to be here.
I'm so happy that I've impressed you because I really wanted to.
Well, you have.
Yeah.
I'm floored. I'm
I
speechless.
have a fentanyl patch on my back. You might have introduced me to my new career.
I know. I feel like my seat's a little bit hot right now.
I mean, it's starting to definitely percolate. I got a real coating of it.
Yeah, you did. I think you're
Yeah.
paying
Yeah,
a
you
price
did.
for
You
sure.
really did.
That's a perfect place to be now that we're sizzling, now that the brain's moving,
Yeah.
because I know that you were in the math club in junior high, and you credit that experience for building your self-confidence
Yeah.
and kind of making you into the man that you are today.
Yes.
So now that your brain is flooded with Blair's Megadeth sauce with liquid rage, perhaps the most Blair's Megadeth sauce with liquid rage we've ever had on our Wing 10 finale,
Give me
I
a
wanna
straw.
hit ya. I want to hit
Because
you
it is starting to get a little uncomfortable.
with some hot sauce math
Oh, boy.
word problems. I have some scratch paper for you. I do have a pen. I think that you're good to get 2 out of 3 of these right. If you
Okay.
run the board on this,
Is it
if you
okay
run
if
the
I blow
table,
my nose on this cloth?
do whatever you have to do.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of snot now.
You gotta let it go. I mean, that was incredible.
Things are really opened up.
That was insane. All right, you ready?
Absolutely.
Blair's Megadeth sauce measures a heat of 550,000 Scoville units, which is 110 times hotter than a smoked jalapeno. Where does a jalapeno measure on the Scoville scale?
Okay, that's easy. That's easy. We're gonna knock that off. We're gonna knock that off. So then we're doing 55,000. That's gonna go in. Let's see, 4. That's 44. That's 5. So it's 5,000 times hotter.
Ding, ding, ding. He's 1 for 1. He's 1 for 1. All right. Arthur orders 3 dozen lemon pepper wings, which is 14 lemon pepper wings more than Ellen. How many lemon pepper wings did Ellen order?
Oh, if it's 14 more, then she had 22.
She had 22 wings.
Yeah,
She had 22 wings.
I didn't even have to do the thing.
Look at you. You're so good. One more. Maybe try to do it without the paper. If you look at you. Look at you. So I'm ordering 3 hot sauces online. Sriracha for $5. Tabasco for $5.99. And Da Bomb for $7 even. If shipping costs $3.50 total and there's no tax, what's my total cost?
So $23.49.
$21.49. $21.49. 24. It's okay, Dax.
It's
Dax,
not okay.
It's okay.
It's not okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
It was
Damn
on the
it!
Bears Mega Death Sauce with But there's nothing to be ashamed of today, Dax. You made it through.
Thank you so much.
You went for
Thank
an
you.
extra wing. You got 2 out of 3 math questions right. This camera, that camera, or that camera. Let the people know what you have going on in your life.
Guys, please, March 24th, go check out Chips. If you like the Bad Boys, if you like Lethal Weapon, if you love action comedy with a ton of action, and really perverted comedy, it's for you. Women, you'll like it even more than you would think you'd like it because there's a love story at the heart of it. So 5 and 5, that's $10.99. Oh, that's where I fucked up. That's $10.99.
Yep.
That's $17.99. That's $24. Yeah. Yep.
Told you. You can check the math. You can check the math, Dax. Hey, what's going on, Hot Ones fans? If you liked the video, maybe meet us halfway. Throw us a subscribe. If you didn't like the video, don't subscribe. I don't want you. I don't want you in the tent. But if you like the video, subscribe. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I love you. More than a friend.